I've never known a driver that really liked his motor. Very seldom does drivers say it's the greatest motor I've ever had.
You know, and this is something else that we don't see in Winston Cup racing is a great race for 12th.
Fighting for 12.
Check with Dick Berggren.
Very minor adjustments to Jeff Gordon's car, Mike. They have actually added some more tape to the grill, so confident they are that the overheating problem has been licked. So they're in good shape. Look out.
Let's have a look at our Castrol restart order for segment 2. Sadler and Terry Labonte, Benson and Martin, Park and Stewart. Back at row 4, Jarrett and Wallace, Gordon and Bodine, Ward Burton and Mayfield, Bobby Labonte and Jeff Burton, row 7. Earnhardt Jr., the defending winner with Hamilton, Kenseth Nadeau, Waltrip Elliott, and Harvick is back on the track.
He's no longer off. He is back on.
Just thought I'd help him out with that graphic.
And I mean, the ambient temperature keeps cooling down. The track temperature keeps cooling down. You heard where Jeff Gordon, his group, they put more tape on the grill. Car likes that here at Charlotte.
Oh, yeah.
Faster down that straightaway, more downforce, turns better through those corners. We're going racing 30 more laps.
12:30 in the morning, and I don't see an empty seat in this front grandstand.
I tell you, nobody's left.
How about that?
Not a soul. Stay here through the rain and all. And here we go.
Sadler got a much better restart than did Terry Labonte up on the front row, so Sadler and Benson haul him into turn 1.
All right, boys, this 30 laps counts. Where you finish in this one's where you're going to start in the last one, and the last one is the one that pays the big bucks.
8 of the last 9 years. Drivers have started in the front 4 on this restart.
Boy, Gordon's fast up on the outside. Man, ooh, the one car got real loose off of 4 that time. Really bottlenecked everything up. Ooh, they're going around him left and right. Clear. Hold your line.
Couple of fast cars from that first segment. After the 12-car inversion, trying to work their way back up front. What a knot of traffic.
Man, Gordon just blew right by Martin going down in the corner. Watch this. Cuts to the inside under Terry Labonte. I thought he was going to pass Labonte and Stewart both in the same move.
Stewart will buy all of these guys on the high side.
Wow. Gordo's hooked up and going on. And Martin didn't.
But talk about hooked up. How about that 21 in that 10 car? They pulled out almost to a 2-second lead over this group while they've been slicing and dicing.
The 10 car, we know he's good. We saw him run in the open. Cars that have come out of the open have just, I know I said earlier, but they always run well.
Benson hunting the lead in turn 1, has the room, has the lead.
Now, Sadler didn't put up much of a fight. Benson had position. They got a good lead here on these other guys, kind of working together there to kind of hold on to that big lead they got.
Johnny Benson trying to become only the 2nd driver in this race of 17 years to win the Open and go on to win the Winston.
That team has just performed so well all year long, always at the front, week in and week out.
Yeah, but watch out for these two fellas coming. There's Stewart and Gordon.
Of course, Tony Stewart had to go to the rear of the field at the start of the race after coming back on the pit road to put his radio antenna on. Jeff Gordon, again, in a backup car. A backup car.
Yeah.
Now, behind them looms the big brown car. Dale Jarrett.
And that's Humpy Wheeler's pick. Humpy said he's the man that's going to take home all the money, and he hadn't missed one yet. Or at least that's what he said. I can't really verify that. Jeff can. He keeps up with stuff like that a lot better than I do.
Hey, Darrell, just to let you know, Humpy's picked 9 out of the last 13.
Okay, bud, I knew you'd have the number.
Kevin Harvick, he run about 6 laps behind this pack, and he's come back to pit road. I don't know if they're going to make more adjustments, do a little more testing.
I'd say he's going to park it.
They definitely want to make sure they had that brake problem fixed.
I think that's probably the whole thing. What was that all about? Boy, Benson is just driving off into the sunset, or moonset.
Sunset?
Moon. Sunrise.
Moon glow.
Sunrise. He's driving off into the sunrise.
He will soon.
What's his lap times look like, Larry? He's pretty quick. Well, he's
30.68.
Gordon and Stewart are just a teeny bit quicker.
They're in the 30.40s right now.
And Stewart closing fast on Elliott Sadler for second place.
He's about a half a second quicker than Elliott Sadler right now.
Will tonight be the night the glass slipper fits for Johnny Benson?
Boy, his car looks awfully good right now. And he seems to be pulling away just a little bit. Stewart and Gordon have both got to get by the 21 car yet.
And have we heard the last from Rusty Wallace, our pole sitter?
He's fighting Todd Bodine here. This is for the 7th position. Ward Burton, another fast race car in that 22 car right behind Rusty.
Rusty made some changes to his car on that stop, took some spring rubbers out. I think he's tightened his car up too much. Looks like it pushes up in the middle of the corner a little bit.
Tony Stewart to the bottom of the racetrack, second place. Jeff Gordon all the way at the bottom, below the white line on the exit of the corner right here. That race car is working good, especially center off the corner.
It really is. I'd hate to see how good it run if they had the good engine in it.
Wallace underneath Bodine completes the pass.
And watch him go down that straightaway.
Outside, still outside, clear outside.
That's 7th place. Ward Burton trying to follow him through.
Now, guys, we've completed 10 laps in this segment. What's important about that, what you got to get from your driver is how is that car for those 10 laps? Because that's what we want to base that last 10-lap sprint race on, what it was like for 10 laps.
Yeah, and what changes he thinks he might want to make.
And remember, no break. It's like a caution comes out. You can lose position on pit road. You can lose position by pitting. It's like a normal caution coming out with 10 laps to go.
Well, Todd Bodine has got Ward Burton all over him. And Bobby Labonte right there with him.
And then Mayfield, who suffered most from the inversion, going from 1st to 12th after the first segment. Oh, little puff of smoke there from Mayfield going into turn 1.
These guys are almost 6 seconds behind Johnny Benson, the leader. That's a lot of ground to make up.
It's going to be Stewart and Gordon are going to catch Benson right at the end of this run.
There's the gap, and Tony Stewart fastest on that last lap.
They're just a little wee bit quicker than he is.
They're running 30.70s. Johnny Benson, the leader, is running 31 seconds flat.
Yeah.
Here comes Jarrett after Sadler.
They're going to chase him down. It's going to come down to look to me like Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, and Dale Jarrett.
And probably the pit crews on pit road before that final 10 laps.
Exactly what they decide to do there.
Daryl, Larry, do you think anybody was watching that Winston Open and seen what happened with the 28 car and the 32 car? If pit strategy is going to come into play, do you come to pit road with 30 laps on your tires or not?
I took a poll of the crew chiefs this morning, and like a lot of them told me, yeah, it's a harder tire. We know track position has meant a lot, but their comment was, Larry, Charlotte is still Charlotte. Give me 4 fresh tires where I can maneuver that race car.
That's right. Give me the grip. But let me tell you, if you're middle of the pack, some of those guys in there, they're going to stay out. When these front cars come in, some of the guys are going to stay out, and that's going to muddy up the water a lot.
Roll the dice. Nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Might catch a couple of cautions and hang on.
Now, Johnny Benson's dropped off to about 31 seconds flat, so his lap times have dropped about 4/10 of a second, but so have Stewart's and Gordon's. Nonetheless, they are a little bit quicker than Benson every lap, about a 1/10 or 2.
And that's another thing the crew chief's going to watch. They've been watching the same monitor we've been watching. They've seen some 30-40s. Now they're seeing 30-90s, 31 flat. That's over half a second give up.
Oh boy, Dale Jr. just about lost it off turn 4 then. If everybody stayed on the racetrack, then everything would be fine. But the problem is going to be is some are going to want to stay out and some aren't.
That's the great thing about this sport.
Earnhardt Jr., is the defending champion of this race, has dropped to the tail end of the pack.
Yeah, his car is really, really bad. It was jumping plumb sideways off turn 4.